What's going on, Reject Nation? Greg Alba here.
And it's John here.
Just got done working out. We're going to go watch Spider-Man Homecoming in a few hours, super late night showing.
Yeah.
By the time this video's up, our review should be up simultaneously. Cross-promoting videos. Isn't that funny how this works? Because we're going to watch the honest trailer today from Screen Junkies for arguably the best Spider-Man movie thus far. The
pinnacle of spider-based entertainment.
It's going to be hard to top this one. Amazing Spider-Man 2. It's going to be hard to top this one. I'm telling you guys that much, people.
Totes.
It's going to be super hard.
Yeah, man.
Because this franchise ended on a great note.
Bryce Dallas Howard, Gwen Stacy, man, who knew? Get it? Because that's the shoe Spider-Man 3. Never.
Leave
you guys
the
don't,
jokes.
You guys don't get my sophisticated brand of
Dane
humor.
Cook.
Leave the jokes to Carlos Mencia.
From a director whose main qualification for Spider-Man is his last name, comes a Spider-Man 2 with a Spider-Man 3 level of quality.
Now take on this.
Nah, Spider-Man 3 is better.
That's my
The
favorite.
Amazing Spider-Man 2. Hey, didn't CinemaSins already do this one? You've already seen the premature reboot to the original trilogy. Now, before you see the solo spin-off to the soft reboot crossover, revisit the crappy sequel to the premature reboot that failed so hard Spidey swung back over to Marvel, then unfortunately back over to Sony again.
Not a great plan.
Lower your expectations, because the same guys who wrote Star Trek Into Darkness and a bunch of bad Michael Bay movies are back, and you can bet they'll be ruining something you loved as a kid, while including magic blood at some point.
Once we caught him, I synthesized the serum from his super blood.
In Spider-Man's blood.
It will save my life.
In a movie that's so bloated, Black Cat and Spider Slayer only get cameos, while Aunt May's nursing career has its own plot line.
Double shift on Thursday. Who has to take nursing classes with 22-year-old kids so I can pay for you to go to college.
Who asked for this? Return to a New York where everyone exclusively uses Sony products. Crowds cheer while violent crimes play out. And everyone in the city is a scientific genius, except Aunt May.
Me, your stupid, non-scientific aunt.
And say hello to Peter Parker, who's corrected his stutter from the first movie.
So, you want to,
What?
I don't know, we could,
And replaced it with constantly repeating himself.
That's a question. That's a question.
Wait.
Wait. Stay with me. Stay with me. Stay with me. You stay with me.
Watch his relationship with Gwen Stacy grow from loving her so much they have to stay together against her dead dad's wishes.
Yeah, but those are the best kind.
To loving her so much that they have to stay apart.
I'm sorry, Glenn.
To loving her so much that they have to stay together again. With a healthy dose of stalking in between.
Have you been following me?
Just once a day.
Nothing new. It was in part
Sometimes
1.
more. I'm following you now. I'm just gonna follow you everywhere.
Thrill as Spider-Man faces off against Electro, a villain who combines Milton from Office Space with a Tumblr/fiction blog.
You like that, Spidey? I like it a lot.
When he falls into a tank of eels, he'll get a random grab bag of electric powers like Magneto-wing, Force Lightning, Invisibility, and electric cosmetic dentistry, but for some reason no actual eel powers. I'd pay good money to watch Jamie Foxx build a nest for his eggs out of his own saliva. That's an eel fact. Look it up. Thrill as everyone forgets the lesson of Spider-Man 3 and crams even more villains into an already packed movie like The Green Goblin, again, who's in a frantic rush to cure the disease his dad lived with for 60 years.
I do not have time.
Gwen Stacy's ghost dad, and the Rhino.
That's the worst.
A ridiculous Russian transformer who begins and ends the film like crap bread on a poop sandwich.
Yeah,
So settle in
way out
for a
of place.
Spider-Man movie with a good performance by Andrew Garfield that was so bogged down by subplots, underwhelming action, trailer moments with no payoff, and the constant stink of desperation to create a cinematic universe that writer Alex Kurtzman did it all over again with a mummy?
Aw, you mother
Seriously?
effer.
How does that happen? Starring old Tom Holland. Oh snap. Mr. Burns.
Oh, snap.
Linda Haagen-Dazs. Dr. Manhattan. And Tobey Maguire. Spider-Man 2, Electro Boogaloo.
That's what you called it.
Almost.
Electro.
Tom Holland is great and all, but I'll miss Andrew Garfield. Maybe he could be cool new Uncle Ben and get shot by Tobey Maguire. And then he could fly away in the Japanese Spider Zord.
What?
That's a cinematic universe I can get behind.
Guys, Screen Junkies is going to Comic-Con. We'll be covering the whole event live on Screen Junkies News. But bigger than ever, we're throwing our own event live Saturday, July 22nd at House of Blues in San Diego. We have some amazing celebrities lined up that you are not going to want to miss. You can get tickets now at screenjunkies.com/tickets. That's right. Go pick them up before they're gone. But I know a lot of you are like, but I'm not in
pretty
San
cool.
Diego. How am I going to be able to do this? Don't worry, we got you covered. We're throwing a sweepstakes where we'll bring out you and a friend, put you up, fly you
Will
up,
Smith.
and join us there in person. It's going to be so epic. Do not miss this opportunity and get excited for Screen Junkie Central 2017.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Two
Thanks to the
turntables
new
and a
Samsung
microphone.
Chromebook Plus for helping make this possible. Grab a mop. There's gonna be guts on the ceiling. Let me get a boneless pizza. They call him Baba Yaga. Megamind is better than Despicable Me and Wreck-It Ralph.
Ralph.
Boy, was that all 100% accurate.
Yeah, pretty accurate.
Gosh, you know, that was such a terrible film, and I was super excited. I still get comments on the trailer reactions from Amazing Spider-Man 2 where people are like, little did he know, oh boy, were you wrong? And I'm like, yeah.
That's still
Was I
sweet.
wrong? I thought something was wrong with me because I was like, am I the only one that feels this way? Because I didn't hear everyone else's reviews, and then I did a review, and then come to find out, oh, this is actually considered a pretty big disappointment all around.
Oh yeah, that movie's totally all over the place. That movie's one of those movies to me that feels like somebody took a bunch of elements, put them in a box, and just shook the box a lot, and whatever came out is just this lumpy, half-satisfying bummer.
And I just put it together. Rhino's like the bookend in a way.
He is, yeah.
I mean, he's not in the prologue when, you know, Peter Parker's family dies in that plane. Then you have Rhino at the end. Oh, he was the worst. I hated him. No, it's not a Jared Leto Suicide Squad. Oh, if he just had more screen time, I would have been more annoyed if he was in the movie more.
I mean, I thought Paul Giamatti was admirably committed, but I was just out of it. That felt like a completely different film.
Thought he was in a different kind of comic book movie.
and they shot it like it was a different kind of comic book movie, and the same goes for Jamie Foxx and Dane DeHaan. They're all in different movies.
It's pretty crazy watching Jamie Foxx, like seeing him here when he's not Electro, and I'm like, oh man, you know, he was so cool in Baby Driver though.
yeah. I mean, Jamie Foxx is good in a lot of stuff. Again, I admired his commitment, but again, it was like this weird, bumbling, like wacky character that all of a sudden gets really angry and.
You know, some people really hate it. As much as I don't like Amazing Spider-Man 2, I do prefer Spider-Man 3 over it. As much as I don't like Amazing Spider-Man 2, a lot of people are really bothered by Dennis Leary, Ghost Dad. Why is it? Why do people hate it so much? Is it because
I don't know. I think
I thought it was just
feel
a symbol of guilt that he was dealing with the whole time. That was the one thing where I'm like, I could kind of defend this a little bit. I think I only saw the movie one time, so I can't really defend it, but I remember not being bothered by it the way how everyone else seemed really bothered by it.
Yeah, I mean, I at least like the idea that there are consequences to his decision not to, you know, heed his warning.
Yeah, he's
you know?
haunted by it. It's not a real ghost either, you know.
I can understand maybe wanting it represented in a different way or something, but yeah, as just a thing that's happening in that movie, that was not on my list of nitpicks.
I think the biggest disappointment of this movie was because of the marketing for this film, especially. They have that cool shot in the trailer. That's the final scene of where he swings this
the manhole cover.
Manhole cover. Yeah, against Rhino, and you don't even get a cool fight. That was so bad.
Yeah, the Rhino stuff was just pointless.
And it was shocking how they did shoehorn so much in. Because Spider-Man 3 puts a lot in there, but they're not even doing universe building. And then here, they're trying to go for universe building. So
yeah,
Sinister Six.
Sinister Six.
Rhino. Let's set up a whole bunch more stuff.
And that point they brought up about
Kurtzman?
Didn't we learn this from Spider-Man 3?
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
I
point.
felt that at the time. I was like, what is, why? How did you bloat this so hard? Is your attention span, is your memory that short, Sony?
I feel like Kurtzman is a producer-writer. I don't really see him as a writer. I mean, after seeing the work he's been doing, like, he works in the Michael Bay films, right? Mm-hmm. He works in the Michael Bay films, and then...
he has a lot of them, anyway.
And then he did, he didn't do the last Transformers, and then he has...
Or Pain and Gain.
Spider-Man 2, and then he has also the Mummy, and I'm like, yeah, that what Honest Trailers brought up, that's such a great point, is that the Mummy is so representative of what also went wrong with Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, he makes the same mistake again.
And that magic blood thing was a good call.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like,
never
oh
noticed
wow,
that. Yeah.
That's just a Kurtzman special.
Yeah. Well, who knows? I mean, we're gonna go watch Spider-Man: Homecoming right now. Well, in a few hours, and everyone says it's way better than any of the Amazing Spider-Man movies. It's funny how the Amazing Spider-Man movies are being considered like the worst. They have the word "amazing" in there.
Time will tell with all this stuff. I mean, like, because I don't remember people disliking the Amazing Spider-Man as much as they do now. The first one, even.
Well, it is rehash a lot.
Yeah, I mean, it smacks to me.
I do.
I do too. It smacks to me of like every time you played Tony Hawk Pro Skater as a kid, and just the second you fell down, you restart the level.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel about Spider-Man right now. Is like, it didn't work. We just scrap everything. I'm like, no, come on, just re-strategize.
I can't wait to see Homecoming. What
Yeah,
do you guys think of? What do you guys think of Amazing Spider-Man 2? If you actually like it, leave a comment. If you don't, tell us your problems or anything Honest Trailers did not point out here. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Subscribe to Screen Junkies, first off. Click that notification bell for this channel. John Humphrey on Twitter and Insta. Social media manager at Blumhouse. Check out our exclusive perks and rewards on Patreon, people. Trust me, it's worth it. Much love. Check out our review for Homecoming.